Hey everybody, Captain Algebra here, and it is a beautiful day here in Wisconsin, so I figured I'd film this month's pickup video outside, because pretty soon it's going to get pretty cold. Find out what I got this month after the break. So like I said last month, I wasn't going to spend as much money this month as I did in previous months, and I think I did a pretty good job. I still spent a little bit amount of money, but I did pretty well. So let's start with GameCube. I didn't get any games, so I did get a manual. So last month, from Video Games Monthly, I did get a game that was incomplete, so I did pick up the GoldenEye Rogue Agent manual. It was pretty cheap on eBay. And then when I went to the Packer Titan game at Lambeau Field, there's a store called Game Trade there in De Pere, Wisconsin, which I've heard really good things about. So I picked some stuff up. One of those things was on the Nintendo DS, and that's Moon. So Moon is a FPS, and I've heard great things about it. It's very hard to find, and on eBay it's usually going like 40-ish bucks. I didn't want to spend that much on it, so I got a pretty good deal on it. Glad to find that. Now on to the Game Boys. Now these first few games I just picked up today, so I didn't have a chance to test them out yet. So I have really no idea about what they are going to be like. First one, we got Sonic Advance 3, Terminator 2, Jurassic Park Part 2, The Chaos Continues, RoboCop 2, Samurai Showdown, Yogi Bear's Gold Rush, Marble Madness, Tiny Toon Adventures Wacky Sports, and Daedalian Opus. Daedalian Opus? I don't know. So yeah, no idea about those games, but I got all of those except for Terminator 2 because that was in a different lot. Everything else there though, 20 bucks. So I think that's pretty good. And the next two come from Game Trade. So I do have some gameplay footage of these. First one, game I've been looking for a while, Gargoyle's Quest. So this was the first game in the Gargoyle series, and we all know Firebrand from the Ghosts and Goblins series. And so he's got this one, then 2 is on the NES, and there's also Demon's Crest on the SNES. So I had Gargoyle's Quest 2 and wanted to play this one. And it's a lot of fun. It's an action platform where you go around as Firebrand. You can hover for a little bit, but not for too long. You can also shoot out your fireballs. I don't know if there's upgrades or anything like that. I haven't got far enough in the game. But so far it's a lot of fun, but I've heard it's hard. But I had to play this one before I played the second one, so I'm glad to find that. Another one of my favorite series of all time. Got Operation C in the Contra series. So you guys know I love Contra. Just had the race with Renaissance and Super C. And this game really reminds me of Super C. It's very similar in stage design, at least through the first 2 stages I played. But it's got upgrades, you know, it's got spread, there's fireball. It even has a homing option, which is really cool. I didn't find any other weapons other than that, so I don't know if there's any others. It would make sense that it's kind of toned down compared to the other ones. And I believe there's one more Contra game on the Game Boy. So I'm going to have to, I think, Alien Wars. So I'll have to pick that one up eventually. Next, I did get one TurboGrafx 16 game this month. And again, this is from Game Trade in De Pere. And that's Sidearms. So Sidearms, I originally saw, I believe, in the Hidden Game Room. He was showing off his TurboGrafx collection, he had it, and he said it was a shooter, so I looked it up, it looked pretty cool. So one button makes you shoot to the right, one button shoots to the left, and you get your power-ups, and then you can also get this one power-up that's called an Alpha, and it changes you to your Alpha mode, and you can shoot in, like, I think 8 different directions all at once when you press the button. So it's really cool, very powerful, but this is a hard game. If you're not powered up, you can die very, very quickly. And I believe you only get 2 continues. Now, Nefarious West wasn't that great of a game, but I found it for a decent price with the case and manual. I find it pretty fun, so glad to pick that up. Next, got some Xbox 360 games. First one, Far Cry 3. So this is a series I always heard about, but I'd never tried, so wanted to pick it up. Then we got the Darkness 2 Limited Edition. This is a really weird game. You basically have to, you're letting your darkness come out. You don't want it to come out, and it helps you kill enemies and stuff. But you do some really cool moves. But I'm not going to play this until I get the first one. And then Dark Souls 2 Black Armored Edition. So this one was a steelbook, and that's really the only reason I got it. Because I'm not a huge fan of the Dark Souls series. I have the first one downloaded on my Xbox 360 because it was a Games for Gold. But I just love steelbooks, so I had to pick this one up. Next, I got one PS2 game. That was Sly 2, The Band of Thieves. It was, I thought, complete until I opened it up, and Thievis Raccoonus is actually from the first Sly game, I believe. I could be wrong, so let me know if I am. But this is a pretty fun game. I do enjoy the graphics on this. Cell-shaded graphics. Now, yes, Ice Pirate, Wind Waker is cell-shaded graphics, but for some reason I like these better. I don't know, maybe it's just, I don't want Zelda being cell-shaded. That's just me. But you go around as Sly, and he's got Murray the muscle and Bentley the brains, and you go around trying to steal stuff. But in your first episode, kind of like the prologue, you're trying to steal these Clockworks parts, but they're already stolen. So you're trying to figure out who stole them. It's a 3D action platformer. A lot of fun. I'm very excited to get into the series, but I still have to get the first one first, because I gotta play them in order. Then we got a couple Wii games. First one, Lego Indiana Jones, the original adventures. Gotta love the Lego games, they're always fun. This was a game that was on a hidden gem video from Metal Jesus Rocks a while ago. I finally picked it up. Ghost Squad. So this is very cheap. I've seen it all over the place, but I watched that hidden gem video so long ago, I couldn't remember why I wanted Ghost Squad. You know, I'd look at the back, I was like, it just looks like, you know, maybe like a Call of Duty game. I don't really want to play that. Why did I put this down? So then I watched another video by Metal Jesus, and it said something about it being a on-rail shooter. I'm like, oh, that's why I wanted it. So it's pretty fun, and it does have a mode where you can turn off the reticle to get more points, but I don't know why anyone would do that. That's pretty hard. You can save hostages and stuff. If you shoot a hostage accidentally, you lose health, but it's pretty fun. Definitely want to play it some more. And the last Wii game I got, Rampage Total Destruction. So we all know how fun the Rampage games are, and this one actually has the original Rampage and World Tour on it. And this has quite a few selection of characters you can be. You know, you got Lizzie, George, and I don't remember the last one. The Wolf. I don't remember what their name is, but you can be them. But then there's also other unlockable characters you can be, which is really cool. You can also gain special moves like a charge-up punch. They all have different attributes, like how far they jump, how fast they move, that kind of stuff. But so far it's pretty fun. Probably not as good as the original Rampage games, but if you find it cheap, pick it up. Next we'll go through my Sega Genesis games. First one's a hack, and if you watch my channel, I streamed this let's see, a couple weeks ago for Request Tuesday for J-Love, and that's TMNT and Streets of Rage 2. If you guys know how much I love Streets of Rage, it's my favorite game of all time. Well, Streets of Rage 2 is. And with the turtles in it, had to pick it up. So much fun, it plays great, definitely grab it if you can find it. And the next one, we got a complete in box, Steel Empire. So this is pretty funny. So back in Midwest Gaming Classic, Video Games Monthly was there, and one of the guys, Grant, was a little bit intoxicated, and he was trying to sell games. So first he sold Rocket Knight Adventures. He actually got someone to buy it. So his next game he was trying to sell was Steel Empire. And I didn't know anything about it, so I don't know, I didn't pick it up. But then I kind of made a joke with them in my next Video Games Monthly unboxing, because I got a complete in box Genesis game. You know, it's no Steel Empire. And it kind of became an inside joke between us, and then one day I think I got a text from Grant, and oh, look what came across our desk today. I was like, holy crap. And so they gave me a great deal on it. Guys, if you have not checked out Video Games Monthly, you need to. They do sell games if you're looking for something. You know, get a hold of them, they'll give you a great deal. Next, we got some Nintendo 64 games. Now these two came in a lot with one of my NES games that I'm going to save for last. So I'm not going to tell you what I got them for yet, but it was a very good deal. First we got NFL Blitz 2000. Now who doesn't love the Blitz series? It's such great arcade action. I remember playing this in the arcades all the time. Just fast-paced. You need, 30 yards for a first down. It's so much fun. I love how when you tackle, sometimes you slam them to the ground. I love how even after you tackle someone, you can still jump on them and slam them. It's freaking awesome. Great series. Glad to finally grab it to add it to my collection. Next one's a game I've been looking for a while, and that's Paper Mario. So I have Paper Mario downloaded on my Wii Virtual Console, but I always wanted the cart. I'm not a huge RPG fan, but the Mario RPGs have always been fun to me. Super Mario RPG, Legend of Seven Stars, is my favorite turn-based RPG of all time. In fact, it's probably one of the only ones I actually enjoy. And so Paper Mario is a lot of fun too. And I really like how it looks. I love the paper aspect of it. That's pretty cool. But it's such a nice, simple RPG, and plus knowing the characters makes me enjoy it even more. So I'm really glad to add that to the collection. So both of those came from Game Corner. So I want to say thanks, Justin, and just wait till you see the last game I got and the price I got them for. It's insane. So next I got some PS4 games. First couple are still sealed. I haven't had a chance to play them yet. We got Shaq Fu, the Legendary Board, because who doesn't like Shaq Fu? Come on, it's not that bad. But I heard this one's a little different. I think this is like a beat 'em up, whereas the original game was a fighting game. Then we got Victor Vran Overkill Edition. So I heard about this a while ago, but I was like, I don't know about it. But then Chris Pico, the old ass retro gamer, did his pickup video, and he talked about getting this game, and it's similar to like Diablo. So I'm like, all right, I like Diablo 3. I'm gonna try it out. Another game I had heard about for a while, and then again, old ass retro gamer picked it up, and I was like, that sounds pretty cool. Velocity 2X, the Critical Mass Edition. And so what he said that sold me on this was that it's similar to Guardian Legend, and I actually love the Guardian Legend. I played it for the first time a couple months ago, fell in love with it. One of my favorite NES games, so had to pick that one up. So can't wait to crack those open and try those 3. Next one is from Strictly Limited, and this is a site I look at every once in a while depending on if I'm interested in the game or not, and it's usually easier to get the games from them than Limited Run. So this one is Steriden Binary Stars. So this is a very, very tough shooter, but it's very, it's retro themed, just the way the graphics are. You can get 2 weapons at a time, and you can change on the fly. Some weapons need to charge back up, and you get your regular blaster. Now, sometimes I made the mistake of accidentally losing my blaster and grabbing another weapon, and that kind of sucked. It was more powerful, but it shot slower. So I kind of like the idea of keeping the blaster the whole time. But the soundtrack is great. Nefarious West, if you're watching this, I think you would love the soundtrack to this game. It's very hardcore, like very metal. It's a ton of fun, but it's tough. Another game I'd heard about for a while, but it was always like 15, 20 bucks. I don't want to pay that much for it. Knack. So this I actually got at GameStop. They were doing, games $9.99 and under, 4 for $20. And so I'm like, they wanted $9.99 for this. I got it for $5. I heard it wasn't great, but it's a fun action, 3D action platformer. You go around as Knack, trying to fight the Goblin army, and you can find secrets. There are special moves you can use by finding yellow power crystals and filling up your meter. And then as you collect more parts, you get bigger and bigger, which is really cool. It's fun, definitely worth $5-10 if you can find it for that. Don't pay anything more. Another game, I don't remember where I heard this from, but when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I gotta get this, because I knew it was something I'd heard that was good, and oh, it did not disappoint. Rad Rogers. So this is a 2D action platformer. I mean, the stage, backgrounds and stuff kind of make it look 3D, but you're just going left and right. And there's secrets to find, you get this awesome weapon, and the humor is great. Some of the comments they make, and during the cutscenes, it's just had me laughing my ass off. You go around shooting enemies, you can get upgrades for your weapon to fire faster, or you get a flame weapon. Like I said, there's 1-ups you can find, there's other secret areas you can find. Every level has, 100% completion, and it tells you at the end if you get it all or not, and you can always go back and find everything. So definitely suggest picking this one up if you like what you see. And then last one is a remake of, I believe, an SNES game, but that's pretty expensive, so I'm never going to get it, so I figured I'll pick this one up. Wild Guns Reloaded. It also did come with a keychain, but I forgot to bring it up for the video. So this, I first heard about in Hidden Game Room. He was giving it away for the Switch, but honestly, the Switch is nothing compared to the PS4, in my opinion. I think the PS4 is so much better, and so if I'm going to get a game that's on both, it's probably in PS4. But this is really fun, shootout game, and you can get upgrades to your weapon, you can jump and move out of the way. There's guys that come up super close to you, and you can knock them out of the way. There's bosses at the end of every stage. It's a lot of fun. You can play up to 4 players. There's online rankings. It's really cool. I never played the original, so I don't know how it compares, but it's definitely a lot of fun. And now onto our last stack of NES games. First one, Back to the Future. I already have this, but you can never have too many Back to the Future games in your collection. It's awesome. No, just kidding. Told Nefarious West I would pick him up a copy, send him it. So I'll be sending that your way soon, Wes. Another game from Game Corner, Operation Wolf. Didn't have it. Just picked it up yesterday. Haven't had a chance to test it yet. My mother-in-law and father-in-law told me about an estate sale. That's where I got some of those Wii games and PS2 game and stuff. And so they were all $1.50 each. This was the highlight. Tecmo Super Bowl. Only thing is the clips the plastic piece inside that holds the board in spot is broken on both sides. So anytime you try to put it into a system, the board just moves up, so you never get good connection. They'll have to find a way to fix that. And unfortunately, the plastic pieces are on the front cover, so it's not like I can just swap out the back of like a $2 game, So I gotta find a way to fix it. I'll probably use like a plastic piece, hot glue gun, something like that. We'll see. If it doesn't work, I only paid $1.50 for it. Another game we got there, NES Open Golf. Heard it was a pretty decent golf game. I never played it. Seems okay. And then the gem of this month got with Paper Mario and NFL Blitz 2000, Rockin' Cats. So Rocket Cats by Atlas is about like a $90 game now, $80 to $90. And I got this, Paper Mario, and NFL Blitz 2000 at Game Corner from Justin for 75 bucks. Yeah, that's right, it was freaking sweet. I could not pass up that deal. And this is a pretty fun game. You know, like some expensive games just are shit and you don't want to play them. This is a really cool mechanic. You go around with this punching glove to hit enemies, but you can also use it to grab on ledges, swing around and hit the enemies. You can swing around and get up onto higher ledges to get 1-ups and hearts and stuff. The boss battles are pretty fun, and I think there's 7 levels, and you can choose almost any of them at the beginning except for stage 5, so you can go in any order you want. So it's really cool. Definitely suggest picking this up if you can find it. I don't know if it's worth 90 bucks because that's pretty expensive for a game, but if you can find it for cheap, definitely pick it up. It's pretty great. So there you go. Those are my pickups for the month of August of 2018. Hope you liked it. Let me know what you thought about these games. Have you played any of them? What was your favorite? Thanks for watching. And until next time, this is Captain Algebra, signing off.